Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Gail.
And we're here in a very special retreat in Japan.
Yes, we're in a place called Houshi Ryokan in a town called Kaga Onsen. And it's one of those many towns that has onsen at the end or within the name of the town, which denotes that it's a hot springs.
So this onsen is reputed to be one of the oldest onsens in Japan, or oldest ryokans in Japan, really. And it's really quite a special place. And we're also paying a pretty special price for this thing.
Yes, so all of this history and elegance comes at a premium, but we're going to have 2 nights here. We started late in the afternoon on a Saturday, and we'll have all of Sunday.
So we're going to tell you about this, but you're going to have to watch the entire video to find out how much we actually paid for it at the end, and just find out for yourself whether you're shocked or not by how much we paid for this. It was quite a bit, but I think so far we're suitably impressed.
Yes, but we've only been here half an hour.
That's right.
So you'll be discovering it with us, and then we'll be able to determine with you, was it worth it?
So to get ourselves started, we're going to have Gail lead you on a tour of our suite, which is quite a beautiful suite actually. So let's get on with it.
It is. We are now in the front hallway where you would arrive when you walk into the suite. To the immediate left, before you really get into the space, is a toilet room. Literally a toilet in a very small room. In Japan, when they say bathroom, they mean the room that has the bath in it. This is the toilet room. So after the hallway that we enter into, let's go into the heart of the matter. Well, let's call it an antechamber. It is a tatami room, and it is functional. This is where we have our supplies to keep us happy. We've got a kettle so we can make our tea. There's a coffee maker, a microwave, and a fridge. Past this traditional print, we have a closet, and this is where we had our yukatas that David and I are each wearing, and we've now just used it for our own things. And let's see the real center of things. This is our dining room, literally our dining room, because this is where we're going to have our supper served to us today, as well as our breakfast tomorrow morning. We have a particular time, so we've been told to expect them to be bringing in our feast. And typical of tatami rooms in ryokans, we've got this, I always call it the altar space. It's that formal, contemplative art space. In this case, another beautiful print and floral arrangement, but always a television. That's where they put the modern amenity as well. So we're leaving the formal space to the more intimate space. And that begins with this very extensive vanity affair. Very nice, a sink with our towels. These are the towels we'll use in the public onsen, as well as for our own personal use here. But we have the hair dryer, the usual brush, toothbrush, the usual amenities. But being the exclusive place this is, we also have an option for our own private onsen. So welcome to the bathroom, literally. Oh, it's steamy. Oh, look at this. Like a sake poured into a sake box, our bath is overflowing. It was drawn for us and it was waiting for us, hence the steam, but it's very welcoming. So here we could take our pleasure rather than going to the public onsen. And of course, with any Japanese bath, we would prepare ourselves in advance of going into the tub itself. So we've got our body soap, our hair shampoo, and our conditioner. And opposite the bathroom, on the other side of the vanity area, we have our bedroom. And isn't this spacious and lovely? Minimal, so we don't feel cluttered or in any way too cloistered. And if the bedroom was maybe a bit plain for your taste, let's see the real prize. Ours is a garden suite. And wouldn't you know it, the garden wraps around our suite. From our dining room, we can enter the garden itself. David and I are having our dinner inside our room in our traditional tatami dining room. And the lady has come and provided us with this feast, including a sheet that in English tells us what we're having. But when she left, she said, "Hot meal coming." So I don't know. I think this might not be the full extent of what we're eating. So just to go very quickly, we've got, because we have to eat it, we have plum wine as an aperitif, which actually is very, very good. And we have a series of treats as our appetizer. So I'm just going to read from the menu. There's a tofu mix with sweet potato, octopus dressed with wasabi seasoned sauce, boiled kinjuso leaves in light soy broth, and jellyfish mix with red plum. And we also have sliced raw fish. This includes sweet shrimp, tuna, amberjack, sea bream, and squid. As well, there are crab pieces in the shell. We also have the fixins for shabu shabu. So there is the water boiling. Broth will be added to it, and wagyu beef and mushrooms will be added to it to make a lovely broth. There will be other hot things still coming, so we really got to get cracking. We could hardly keep up. Our server came with soba noodles, and then she made another return with sea perch. Look at that, how pretty it is. Our server has come in yet again, so this is her fourth visit, and we now have delicately grilled tilefish. So we want to give that a whirl. Our server also brought what she called an omelet. Well, it looks like maybe it's an omelet. It's in a liquid. It looks very interesting, but whatever it is, I trust it goes well with grilled tilefish. Our server returned yet again. I think it was for the 5th time. And this time she brought us, some local rice, as well as she poured us Japanese tea. There are radishes, or pickles, which include radishes, and the piece de resistance. According to the menu, this should be a crab soup. And finally, after some 15 dishes, we have dessert. And it's beautifully plated here. What a gorgeous, gorgeous platter. I love this glass piece here. We've got a matcha pudding and cake. We're not quite sure what kind of cake, but it does look lovely. So yeah, we're gonna just enjoy this.
Time to take a ramble around the Ryokan. Although Hoshi has plenty of early history, it's clear that the building has been expanded and updated several times over the years. From our room, we can follow corridors that link grand open spaces, comfy lounges, shops, and artwork along a circular path wrapping around courtyards and Japanese gardens until it eventually returns to our suite. It's very easy to spend an hour or two exploring the hotel's interior.
The Houshi Ryokan, where we are right now, is one of the oldest hot spring hotels in the world. It's said to have originated in 718 in the Common Era. So yes, this is a very old place. The hot springs were harnessed by Taiko Daishi, who is the monk associated with the 88 Buddhist temple walk in Shikoku. So a very famous fellow in his own right. He harnessed the Awazu hot springs, or the onsen, and the waters that we take today, and he used them as a sanatorium for those who were injured or in ill health. But in time, it became an inn. An inn meant to serve people who were traveling, but people who wanted to take the waters, who wanted to do it just for the pleasure, spiritually, and for physical reasons as well. They did not have to be ill or infirm in any way. As well, part of the hospitality was the lovely food of the region. And this is in itself a very special region. To the east is one of the three sacred mountains of Japan, and to the west is the Sea of Japan with its bounty of fish and seafood. And that is what we enjoy today. It's breakfast morning on a Saturday, and wow, the lady returned, and it took her minutes to set out this wonderful feast. Again, we have a breakfast menu that is in English and describes the many items. As well, though, we have a pictorial image. It's just a lovely drawing that is like a map of what we're going to eat. And it's in Japanese, so we would have to correspond it to our menu. But it's just a beautiful thing and something I've never seen before. I'm not going to go through all of the items, but just a few highlights. We have two types of locally produced fish, and we've been instructed that we will put them on this delightful heated platter and flip them after they've been cooked. Another highlight is what they call the onsen egg. Omelets of this kind that are almost like millefeuille, kind of layered and layered and layered, are typical of this region, and they really are delicious. They're slightly sweetened. And of course, we have another cooking pot each, and this features miso soup. And everyone has it a bit different. This one has a clam broth. Oh, look at that.
Houshi Ryokan might have once been a rural inn, but today it is surrounded by dense urban development. If you're here for a couple of days or so, there are at least 2 worthwhile places to visit within an easy walk. One is the Motor Car Museum of Japan, and the other is the Kaga Traditional Crafts Village. We opted for a pleasant walk to the crafts village, only to arrive in a torrential downpour. However, the rain subsided for most of our visit as we strolled through the forested grounds and explored the many small craft cottages, each devoted to a different Japanese kind of artisan work. For example, there were exhibits, demonstrations, and of course, stuff to buy. We're in gold country here, so the gold leaf craft shop was particularly interesting. There was an opportunity to try applying gold leaf to a wood box. Instead, we opted for a soft serve ice cream coated with gold leaf. Yum.
So as you would expect, Houshi Ryokan has a really lovely public bath, one for women and one for men, and they're both reasonably, get on that compare notes, and they're both reasonably similar. And they're quite splendiferous for sure. There are several pools. There are the indoor hot pools, for example, and they're pretty much the same temperature as what I'm in right now. It's about probably 40 degrees, a little bit more than that perhaps. And then there's also a sauna. And then there's, if you're willing, there's also a cold bath that seemed particularly cold. So after you've done all your hot bathing, just to sort of regain your composure perhaps, a cold bath is sometimes nice just to get your temperature, your body temperature back down a little bit. So that's that. But the main attraction really is the outdoor bath. And what you do is you go through this couple of glass sliding doors along a stone path and into this rather large pool that is lined with natural rocks all along one side, and you just got the sky above you. So that's the public bath, and of course we can't show you that because it's a public bath. We just can't take pictures there. However, with a little bit of assistance and discretion, we are able to show you the private bath, which we have in our particular suite. It's called the Yoshino suite. And not all of the suites in the Ryokan have this feature. As a matter of fact, most of them don't. Above us, there's pretty much a large hotel, which I understand is more or less more conventional rooms. And then there's a few that are at ground level that have these kinds of bays, access to the garden, such as we do, or even access to private outdoor bathing areas. So, of course, we're paying a little bit more of a premium, of course, to be here, but I think we're thoroughly enjoying it. Now, this bath is really quite wonderful, really. It's a one-person bath. It is being fed by natural hot springs. The water continuously feeds in through this rectangular hole in the wall, so it just keeps coming in, and then as the tub fills up, it just continuously overflows basically into the cleansing area over here, and there's a floor drain just over there to take away the drainage. So it's just working automatically. Now, I should mention too, and you probably already noticed by now, is that in the interest of discretion, I put on a pair of swim trunks. Now, this is a definite no-no when you're taking a public bath, and I think even here would be frowned upon. But I think that probably YouTube is going to frown upon it even more if I'm exposing parts of my body that shouldn't be exposed to the YouTube audience.
Welcome to Japanese Slipper Etiquette 101. Well, the first rule is started at the foyer of this very building. And when you enter into a traditional building, such as this ryokan in Japan, you must take off your street shoes, and you are provided with slippers by the establishment. Rule number 2, you must never ever wear footwear, including slippers provided by the establishment, on a tatami mat room. So here we are in our private suite, and I have to take these guys off. Rule number 3 is that when you take your slippers off, you do it neatly, not like this. They should be nicely put together like that, and they face the direction of where you're going to resume when you put them back on again. So they're going to be used to walk out of our suite, so they face the door. Rule number 4, you never wear your slippers into the bathroom. You have special bathroom slippers waiting for you. Oh, they're pointing to the toilet. That wasn't an accident. That's how they should be facing. Okay, bathroom slippers characteristically are of a more waterproof material, and they will have a usual branding, either kind of an angel or cherub on it, or you'll often see a man and a woman, kind of like a husband and wife, and in a more private quarters like this, you'll be sharing the bathroom slippers. So our garden room has an exit, of course, to the garden, which brings us to yet the next rule. You have to wear slippers in the garden, footwear of some sort, and they're provided to you. And they're special kind of clog type wooden-based slippers, a bit different from the toilet slippers and the generic slippers. I'll just show you. So there you have it, Japanese slipper etiquette. And make sure you do follow these rules, because if you don't, you're going to get a tisk, 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 or a disapproving look that will correct you and put you on your way. This is our second night's dinner at the Houshi Ryokan. More seafood from the region, today's catch. We're going to have some regional steak from Noto. And when we're ready, we're going to put some items into hot pots. We've got a type of crab, but different from yesterday's.
Well, that was another huge meal, wasn't it?
Oh, it was delicious, but it was like far too much for me. Although I ate everything,
Yeah.
pretty much. It seems to me like 3 meals combined.
Yeah, that's right. So in case we haven't used the term kasiki, but that's in essence what this meal was, a kasiki meal. It's like a feast, basically, that it just keeps on giving. It's all very enjoyable. Like it's a real taste sensation, because there's so many different tastes here that are, and each one is quite unique and quite different. This is where the language barrier really impacts your enjoyment of the food, and that the people just can't explain to you exactly what you're eating, and you just have to go on faith, really, and just enjoy it for what it is, and just absorb it really as much as you can.
Now, for the most part, you know what you're eating.
Yeah,
You can identify it. Sometimes there might be fish, and you don't know exactly what type of fish
That's
it
right.
is, but you can say this is a fish.
Anyways, I think with that, we're going to pause for a moment, because we hear dessert coming our way.
We'll let you know.
Talk soon. Oh, rice.
Rice. Okay, well, our thoughts that this was going to be the dessert course were dashed. We have yet another course, and we have miso soup,
Wow.
as well as rice, which we haven't had at all in this meal.
Yeah.
And then David, pickles, right?
Pickles, yes, there's 3 different kinds of pickles, and we find pickles very refreshing, actually, especially after a very heavy meal such as this one. So this is a nice sort of treat at the end of a meal.
Right, the Japanese do pickles very, very well.
Very well, yeah. So anyways, we're going to sit back and enjoy this and wait for what we think will be our dessert course coming soon.
Dessert arrived, and it's beautiful, and it's relatively light. So we've got fruit and a little piece of cake. I think we can manage that.
Okay, so welcome to our final breakfast on the final day at the Houshi Ryokan, and we're of course sitting down to our our usual feast. It's just an incredible amount of food. We have fish that we're going to be grilling here. We have fresh, we have some meat with a dipping sauce. I believe this is a miso soup, nice miso soup. Some what looks like bonito here, and some root vegetables. And in here is an udon soup. And and actually an egg as well.
And then there's your assorted kind of pickles and
yes.
radishes.
That's
and
right,
things,
yeah. So we're going to sit down and enjoy this in a moment. We think we're going to wrap up what we feel about staying at this ryokan. I think we generally enjoyed it quite a bit, didn't we?
Oh, yes, it was very sumptuous. It's like one of the fancier places we've ever stayed.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to put it in as a life experience.
Kind of experience, yes.
The food was excellent, but there is so much. And I hate waste when I see fish, whole fish. I mean, how can you not eat it? But I mean, boy, we just ate supper, and it was maybe the largest supper of my life, and now I've got a huge breakfast.
To come on, yeah. And we've also just got up early. We had our last bath in the public bath, actually, and that was quite enjoyable. It's a very nice day out there. It's been raining like cats and dogs while we've been here, so it's kind of nice to be hunkered down in this lovely accommodation.
It is. And as for the hot springs, I would like to say I think they're the best hot springs I've ever encountered, just because they don't have the sulfuric content, so they're just neutral.
Yeah.
And the temperature was just sublime.
Yeah, that's right. And it's very pleasant being in this very, very historic ryokan as well. It's got a lot of history behind it. It was just really pleasant, and just being able to walk out into the garden as well, our own more or less our own private garden with koi fish just in the pond outside.
They jump, you know.
Yeah, in the middle of the night we'd hear them splashing around in the pond. So that's quite an experience, I would think. So now we promise to say how much all this pleasure cost us, and it's not insignificant at all. What we paid here for our room. Our accommodations was 155,480 yen, and that of course includes the 2 nights, and that was for 2 people. It included all our dinners and all our breakfasts as well. Now the prices do vary quite a bit. For us, it was a special treat, something we really wanted to try, a full-on ryokan experience. We chose this one because of its history as a ryokan. And I think we're pretty happy with it. Regardless of that, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes, it was just a slice of life, as we say, a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and that's where I place it, and its value.
For sure. So if you like this video, please, thumbs up would be fantastic from you.
And please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, Travel Intently, and please keep those comments coming in.
Yeah, I think that this is one of those rare kinds of things that do merit comments. Would you spend this much money on this accommodation?
So from David and Gail over the breakfast table.
That's right. We'll see you on our next adventure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.